Hello, welcome to the 100% Gaming Podcast. This is the pilot episode, the first ever episode we're going to be recording. We can't be joined by Evan today as he's sick, but we are joined by one of our other hosts, Bluey.
Hello.
So let's just start with Fortnite. What we thinking? Dying, not dying, kind of coming back, or did you think the Travis Scott event kind of helped it? Let's talk about it.
To be honest, the Travis Scott event probably kind of brought it back in a way. It was
Yeah.
actually really good.
It was actually the visuals were really nice in it. Actually, I have to say, I think they did well
Yeah.
on the visuals and the music and all fit it perfectly. But I got really disappointed after it because they had the butterfly and everything, and everyone thought we were going back to the old map,
Yeah,
and
I
then they
saw
just
that. Yeah,
didn't.
it was
They
the most
just
depressing
didn't.
part.
But maybe with their last show, they might actually change it because I guess I can't change it on the first show and then have a bunch of other shows. I guess. So you never know. They might bring it back in season 3. You never know. Um,
Yeah.
what was your
Well,
favorite part?
oh, I don't know to be honest, but probably when like there's a point where you're flying around
Yeah.
and you're kind of looking, I know like everything around you is kind of like I don't know, but there's like
It's nerve wracking, isn't it? Okay. My favorite bit is probably like, do you know when you were like sliding like
yeah.
down sideways, and then he just did this thing with both of his arms, and then he just turned upside down. It was so trippy. I felt like I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and there was like parts where it's kind of going like from left to right sides, and you
Yeah,
could like move around in it, and it was just really weird.
really trippy. Like it was so cool at the start when it started the like sicko mode part. I think that was so
Yeah,
sick as like everyone just went flying back, and like he just like ground pounded onto the middle of the water. That was like lit.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, besides the Travis Scott event, I don't think anything is gonna bring back Fortnite unless they just kind of stop neglecting the community,
yeah,
and
true.
also if they bring back some things that were vaulted.
Yeah,
I mean, like they brought back like not brought back, but like they introduced the Kingsman umbrella and the crash pads, and they were pretty much bouncers and the
yeah.
lightsabers.
Like they have the thing that's great, that the advantage that they have over any other game is that they can unvault so many stuff. Like they've made so much stuff. They don't even have to make new things. They could literally bring back anything. They have rift to goes, they have bounce pads, they have shockwaves, they have impulses. Like they have so much stuff that you can like literally unvault, and the game will probably just be better than what it is right now.
Yeah. I was also hearing some whisperings here and there that the combat might be coming back.
Oh.
But I mean, in regards to like bringing back a whole game, I don't think that would do
Yeah,
much.
true, true. Now, if they brought back the old map and brought back, like, if they unvaulted, like, everything, obviously, except for mechs, because they're. I don't like mechs. But, like, the game would probably kind of come back. Like, if they reverted everything back to Season 8, I'd be happy. Because you had Siphon, the volcano was there was geysers, it was. Like, it was so
There's a lot of
good.
more like modes of transport on the map
Yeah,
than just
exactly.
boats and launch pads.
Yeah, that's the thing. Boats are okay, but like you can't always go on the water with them, and then they're just slow as hell and they're useless. Like, but then you
Yeah.
have, like, if they brought back quad crashers, quads were so good.
Yeah,
Like,
there was literally nothing wrong with them except for a couple of bugs here
yeah,
and there, but they always fix those.
yeah. Also with like ballers and stuff. Now, if they took them out of competitive, then they'd be able to put them back in the game. But they were just like, nah, we're just gonna take them completely out of the game instead of just
Yeah,
taking
that's
them out in
I
competitive.
was really confused about that. Like, just take them out of just one aspect of the game, not
Yeah.
the whole game.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff and like I wish they kind of brought back the hoverboards. They were really really good for transport like.
Yeah, there's so many things that you could
Yeah.
use to get across the map, and also What are those air tube things that got called again? They're like the the
Oh, the
things that were in
slipstreams.
season 9. Yeah, the slipstreams.
Slipstreams.
Yeah.
If they brought them back as well, like season 8 map with slipstreams. Oh my god, they're literally endless mobility. Like literally.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Valorant. Valorant is like literally taking over right now. Like they usually have like over 700k people watching on Twitch all the time. Like
Yeah, it's like
it's
it looks like a
amazing.
mix between like Overwatch and CS:GO.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It actually looks really fun though. I actually really want to play it, but you have to get a key.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. Once they actually bring it out, they're gonna make so much money because everyone will want to play it because there's so much hype around it because everyone's bored of Fortnite, and like
Yeah,
it
there's
has that kind
also
of cartoony aspect to it, you know?
yeah, it does. There's also uh what's the game called again? Modern Warfare Warzone.
Oh,
As of
Warzone,
like the
yeah,
circumstances of as of right now, like I'd say video games are like
yeah.
kind of
Warzone is. I think I've only made one proper video on YouTube of Warzone because it's like you kind of play it for a bit by yourself and you're like, okay, that was fun enough. But like if you don't have a proper squad, they can like laugh and joke with for the whole time. You're literally gonna get
yeah,
bored.
yeah. It's not fun when you're playing on your own.
Yeah, it's not fun
When
at
you
all.
always have friends, it's always the best.
Yeah, I think I don't know why, but they don't have a duos version. Like they
Yeah,
have solo
yeah.
trios and squads. I don't understand why they don't have a duos, but you know.
There's also it's pretty much blackout, except like
Yeah.
kind of get a second chance when you die and
Yeah.
sent to the gulag.
And one thing is that I love about the game is keyboard and mouse support. That's like so lit.
Yeah, yeah,
It's so much better because like if you wanted to play it, but you really wanted to play keyboard and mouse and learn keyboard and mouse, you can literally do it. No, there's no like nothing stopping you. You can literally just go and play keyboard and mouse. And isn't it even in the whole Modern Warfare game that you can play keyboard and mouse, or is it just in
yeah,
Warzone?
pretty much. Well, a lot more games are like coming out with keyboard and
Yeah,
mouse
which
support.
is good, which is good. And then hopefully Microsoft will be able to upgrade the software in Xboxes so that there's literally zero input delay. Because like Microsoft, they make computer parts and computers don't have any input delay. So I don't understand why
Yeah,
they can't just bring it over into an Xbox, if you know what I'm saying. Because an Xbox
yeah,
is just a computer.
that's probably gonna be another like expectation of the new coming Xbox.
Yeah, true, true.
Like it literally looks like a refrigerator, and there's been kind of um people talking about how it'll be able to handle a higher frame rate.
Yeah, yeah. They were saying something about having 120 FPS, weren't they?
Yeah,
That literally changed the game completely. Because at the minute, if you want to play competitive on console, you pretty much can't because of the FPS in endgames. Because, like,
yeah.
if you try and have, like, 70 people left with, like, an Xbox, it's literally going to explode.
That's just called 20 FPS.
Yeah. Like, it's literally. You can't play it in competitive. So, I think. And also, with Fortnite, if they need to bring out stuff to like help console players to get that solid 60. Like I don't even care about getting more than 60. If you can just stick on 60 and not move, then it'd be perfect. Like they've already gotten rid of you can take off motion blur. But if you can get rid of like shadows, anti-aliasing, like the big massive circle and all the effects, like the game will run so much smoother. But
Yeah, I
like
don't know why there's not graphic settings for
yeah,
console.
exactly. It's pretty mad like that they literally haven't even tried to do anything like that. Like,
Yeah,
cause motion blur, yeah, it might help a tiny bit, but it won't help that much. Like shadows literally kills you. Like
yeah,
literally, if you had turned on shadows and all the stuff that an Xbox has on a PC, you'll run at least a third of what you actually were running before they were all off. Like
yeah, and also
it decreases it so much.
yeah, in regards to like Fortnite and like how it's doing right now, they said that until some kind of patch update there was gonna be no tournaments, and then all of these types of tournaments.
Yeah, I know. Literally a week later, they brought out daily tournaments, weekly competitive, like weekly contender
Yeah,
tournaments. It was literally they didn't care. They could have literally just left them, but then they just brought them all back in, and the servers were worse than ever. It
Yeah, and
was
there's also
really
a bunch
bad.
of pros quitting Fortnite for Valorant.
I know exactly. That's a lot of revenue that Fortnite are gonna lose. So if
Mm.
they don't actually fix their game and make it better, they're literally not gonna bring the game back at all. It's gonna be dead. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's literally you can't really do much about it at the minute because of the virus and all.
Yeah.
Because like they're working from home, but like
Yeah.
they can still try and revert to the old engine. Like
Yeah. Yeah. And also, I think, to be honest, as of right now, the competitive side of Fortnite is actually, it's staying up there, but it's slowly decreasing.
Yeah, it is. And like, cause the servers for competitive have always been so garbage, and I don't understand why. Cause you can host customs without any lag in end games, but as soon as you go and play a tournament, once you get to that end game, you're literally it feels like you're on 300 ping, and I don't understand
Yeah.
why it's like that. Like, why can't they just have the servers fine, for these big
And
tournaments?
also, like, I think, yeah, it's Ninja that's complaining about aim assist
Oh
on
yeah.
PC.
I saw
Yeah.
him. He made a video of him playing on controller. He was literally fragging because he was literally tracking everything. It was mad.
Yeah. But he did also say that he's only talking about PC aim assist, like console aim assist
Yeah,
was
yeah,
fine,
yeah.
but it's only people that play on like high FPS and a really powerful
Yeah,
PC.
because the thing is with console, even with a controller, you're still getting a bit of input delay. You're also way lower FPS, which means that the amount of frames that your aim assist actually affects is only literally 60. But on
Yeah.
240, literally that's so many frames that will literally give you such a big advantage to like with anything, like even on keyboard and mouse on console and keyboard and mouse on PC. If you literally try and fight someone who's on PC and you're on console with keyboard and mouse, you're not gonna win because like it literally the FPS is so different, which is why I think they should have specific servers for Xbox players who play on keyboard and
Yeah.
mouse or PlayStation players, because then you're all on the same FPS, and then there's no
Yeah.
one who's too overpowered, who's like on really really high FPS. I think that
Yeah.
would be a big kind of good thing to add to the game. And also, didn't they have it so that PlayStation players and Xbox players were actually playing with each other a while ago? Like there
Yeah.
was cross-platform without even anything to do with playing like a PlayStation and an Xbox being in the same party. I'm pretty sure they
Yeah.
had their own server, but I think they actually got rid of that. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they took that out. I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah. And also in regards to FPS, let's just
Mm.
talk about the iPad Pro.
Yeah, exactly.
Do double what a console can do.
Exactly, which I think is completely wrong. like
Yeah.
like an Xbox, if you had an Xbox One, like X, they still get 60. And that's like the really really good hardware. But then when you get an iPad Pro, you're getting 120 FPS. That's literally
Yeah.
what most PC players play on, which is
Mm.
mad. Like that's why I think if they had them options on an Xbox to turn down the graphics, you'd literally be like you'd get so much more FPS. It'd be so much better for the console community if they actually did that.
Yeah. Um. What else is
Actually,
there to cover?
something this isn't to do with battle royales and all, but could we just discuss how nice Minecraft did with the RTX? Like literally, it looks so nice. Like it ruins your FPS, but holy does it make your game look nice. Like if you don't
Yeah.
have an RTX in your PC, your PC's about to blow up. Like the
And the
ray
fact that, like,
tracing.
yeah,
y-
Minecraft made the comeback a couple, I think it was a couple of years ago, a year or two
Yeah,
ago.
exactly.
I'm really happy that it's such a simple game,
Yeah.
but like at the same time there's so much to do.
Exactly. Like you can do anything. Like Minecraft is fun by yourself. Like, it's okay by yourself because you can do stuff like you can build cool things and then show them off to your friends, or you can just do stuff. But like when you have your friends with you when you're playing it, oh my god, it's so much fun. Like if you watch any
Yeah.
YouTuber who's playing with their friends, they're having like 10 times as much fun as they would if they were just by themselves. Like it's
Yeah.
mad. Um
Oh.
Also, this well, it's technically to do with gaming because they're roped into it. Kate Reno and Fitz, bro. What's your opinion on this? Because, like, I know Carson made like it made it public, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry for making it public," but like, you know, like literally, Kate Reno, right? She literally used Carson just to get famous. Like she has no
Yeah.
talent whatsoever. Like she can barely play video games, and she's literally now she probably is like literally getting 0 views, but like, man, she literally used Carson for all them. Holy, like
Yeah. Not
literally.
gonna lie, like, just because of how sad some people are in the world, like, you could literally pretend to be a girl, and you could wind up like farther than you ever would be
Yeah,
able to. Yeah,
exactly.
it's so it's just disgusting when you think about
I
it.
know, I know. It's
But
mad.
like, um, so
Um,
sad.
like what was there was this I saw it on Dramler one time. Like just like I could have been the last episode or the last before that. What was it? It was this e-girl kind of thing. This Twitch like e-girl kind of thing, and she was literally basically begging people to subscribe to her basically on Twitch.
Yeah.
She was literally saying like, you know, $20. You know, I'm not asking for $20. That's good enough for a good meal. It's literally $5. It's not that much. And then actually that same girl. This is why I actually wanted to talk about this. That same one, Carson follows on Twitter. Does he not have a bad experience with these e-girls already? And he's literally following that same one who was begging for subs.
Yeah. Uh, it's honestly depressing to be honest.
Is that all our topics pretty much?
Yeah, I think so.
Aye. Also, before we end the podcast, you can, if whatever whatever platform you're watching this on, whether it's iTunes, YouTube, Stitchers, or Podbean, make sure you can go and stream it on all of them and watch it on YouTube. Make sure you go to the YouTube if you're watching it right now, or if you're not, go and give it a like to make sure that you like our content from the podcast. And other than that, we'll see you in the next podcast.
Bye.